feed the machines with 13,200 volts, and our normal routine is we just lift the cable up out of the basket, hang it on the wall on hooks, and one of the hooks had failed to a coupling, and it had fallen down when the machine advanced, and when it dropped down, it blew up, and it put about a 20-foot arc in the air. I mean, a big ball, and it was scary. And so after that, we implemented standoffs that actually go to the tunnel wall, and then it takes 2 people now to lift it, and then we also had to now put on very high voltage gloves and suits and a shield, face shield. There's a lot of stuff that I've seen. I'm just in awe over of the amount of heavy equipment that's used, what's being brought in, Loki traffic. It's just so much that you can't be complacent at all. You have to always be paying attention. And if that's something that a new guy comes on, that's the first thing I tell him, is that you have to look forward, backwards, side to side. You always have to pay attention. We don't work on anything live. We always have 2 people if we have to do any type of switching. You got to lock out, tag out, put your name on it. The key goes in your pocket, and we don't deviate from that. There's just no deviating. So we want, the new guy, whether he's a journeyman or an apprentice, we want him to go home.
There are significant electrical hazards in tunneling activity. Supply power to the Loki and TBM is generally of high voltage and needs to be respected. Only trained and authorized electricians may work on this type of power supply. If you have a question about power cord management or what type of cord is powering different lights or equipment, be sure to ask your supervisor. All tools and equipment are to be protected with GFCI protection. There is a significant potential for water in the tunnel and above ground as well, depending on the weather. Cords and tools should be stored and used in as dry an area as possible. All tools and cords should be inspected daily to ensure they are in good working order. All cords and tools found to be defective are to be removed from service or immediately repaired before resuming their use. In case of an emergency requiring an immediate stop, the TBM and conveyor system both have emergency stops available. The TBM has internal and external emergency stop buttons that can be used. The conveyor system has a pull cord that runs adjacent to the length of the conveyor and can be pulled at any location. Emergency stop devices should never be used to stop the machine so that you can talk to someone or get someone's general attention. These are to be used only in the case of an emergency. Regular company lockout/tagout procedures should be used for the control of all hazardous energy that may be encountered when operating in or around tools and equipment for the purpose of maintenance, repair or servicing, erecting, or installing equipment. Always follow manufacturer's procedures for lockout/tagout when working or servicing tools and equipment.